Hello and welcome. Oops, microphone to the Abuse. Hello and welcome to the Abusecartoons Livestream. Had everything set up except the mic. Hope everyone is doing better than this at least. Jeez. So hey K5, Unknown Girl, and Matt, how are you guys doing? All right, I'm trying to get a video uploaded to the Upturned table Patreon for the early access. It's taken a while though. So I opened the box came from Spellcrow, so this game that they sent us to try, and so yeah, we took a look at that, and I'm trying to get it uploaded. I think the audio's a little off. I think I double compressed the audio, so I'm not sure how it sounds, but I think I've got the original. I can go back and replace it if it's really bad, but we'll see. So how is everyone doing? Oh wow, the tablet actually seems a little responsive today. That's weird. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had any forced restarts or anything, so maybe Windows is not in the way like it usually is. Cool. All right. Well, very cool. So let's get something started here. I have no idea. No idea what to do. It's becoming more and more rare that I come to the stream with something I've been thinking about for the cartoon. It's just, yeah, so much other distraction. All right. There we go. Oh, nice. Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, so yeah, that'll be Friday night your time, Matt. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that. So, how did it go? Okay, was it did it set up okay and everything? Because sometimes, you know, drivers and stuff are fussy with different, you know, versions of operating systems and stuff. That's great though. That should be really nice. It should be, yeah, should be a great great sound quality. Yeah, we've got to get I guess it's not going to be out for a while, but yeah, we got to try Astral out, or not Astral, Alchemy out sometime too for the gaming stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot of Kickstarter stuff going on, but I'm having trouble getting excited about any of it. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Smashed milk cartons. I'm not sure what these are. All right. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like headphones and stuff. I think just yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think just phones. I made a lot of, like, you know, cell phone and corded phone comparisons, because it's always that old and new technology staring at each other blankly. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, wired and wireless. Yeah, what's a good? I think I did a left channel, right channel headphones joke once upon a time. Yeah, let's try some big chunky headphones. See how that goes. Oh yeah, because we can do the whatever those are called, ear pods. Those little weird, the thing that everyone's ripping off now, that Apple version of things. I don't know if I want like $150 like hanging off of my ear just waiting to fall onto the train tracks. That's the part of those headphones that I, I don't understand, is why you would. the design, because they don't have the the gel or the silicone cups, silicone cups, silicone like things that kind of stick them in your ear, so they're just kind of hanging on your ear, and everyone's ears are a little bit shaped a little bit differently, so I don't know that everyone is going to have a safe fit, and those things are so damn expensive. Maybe AppleCare has a special program, so if it flops if it flops out of your ear into traffic, they'll have a replacement program. Yeah, but those first it was the wired ones with the microphone on the lead, like on the left side, that people started abusing here for like being on a phone call all the time, and now it's those ear pods. There are people just walking around like it's always younger kids walking around on phone calls all the time. Yeah, for some reason, Japanese businessmen don't have that weird thing where they want to pretend they're busy and important by being on phone calls all the time. I remember like going to lunches and seeing how many people are sitting with other people at a lunch on a phone call because it makes them look so important. Are these recognizable as headphones? Yeah, I just want them to look as big and chunky as possible. I think that might work. As chunky and big. Yeah, but the scale, I think, is the thing that will look funny. That will be the nice contrast, is kind of this versus tiny little, I don't even know what those things look like. They're just like a little, it looks like in Japan, it looks like you have noodles coming out of your ears. If they were just off-white, they would look like, I'm just going to, instead of referencing these, I'm just going to kind of fake it. There we go. Yeah, that's not a bad, it's not wired versus wireless, but it is the evolution of headphones. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, the emotes. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Unknown Girl. Yeah. Hey, dude, how's it going? Yeah, those were like, kind of like lunch bags, maybe smashed milk cartons. I don't know what those first warm-up drawings were. Ah, nice. Yeah, but the contrast between those, the new style of headphones. Oh, maybe I should do a just to get across the age and ridiculousness of these headphones. I'm going to do the spirally cord. This is going to be a pain in the ass to color, but it will get across the that these aren't wired. All right. Yeah, I looked at the Hyphonics emotes on. I have the dark mode on my YouTube, but I should switch it. Oh, there we go. Kind of a skewer of a plug, but and it looked good on the dark background, but I should check it on the lighter one as well, just to make sure it reads okay. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a fun project. Oh, oh yeah, that's right. Those old, the radio is it's headphones, and there's like literally a battery in there, and an extendable antenna. Oh man, yeah, those are great because essentially it was like a transistor radio like strapped to your head with a speaker built in, and then another speaker extended off. Yeah, those are hysterical. Yeah, let me see if I can draw. It'll be a group of ancient headphones conspiring. Yeah, but they had that weird, this is going to be my fantasy version of them, but that weird blockiness. Yeah, because I think it was the technology was so low. I think it was just a because Japan had kind of perfected those low cost, very oh very reduced in components and size. The let's not do brush. AM/FM radios, and I think somebody just had the idea. Hey, these are small enough now that we can just strap them onto somebody's head. Yeah, and that's back in the day. I think every one of those radios, like cassette AM/FM kind of radio things with extendable antenna, I think I broke every single one of those. I bent it, like you jam it in really fast, you bend it, and so then it doesn't telescope back in anymore. I definitely did that. Now Matt's got me all nostalgic for garbage technology. Right. Yeah, there's a guy, I think he's British, that does a really good retro tech where he hunts down. Oh, let's go a little bit lighter there. He hunts down old technology, and maybe because he's in the UK, he sources a lot of stuff in Japan. And there's a lot of electronics that were, Japanese market only. And of course the dials with the. I don't know if there's room for eyes. Let me take out the. Take this out. Oh man. Yeah, but so he finds all this stuff and he repairs it. He's not like a master electrician, but he has some knowledge of the technology and components. So he rebuilds things, but it's a lot of really odd novelty record players, like vinyl LP players, where you just insert the record like a toaster kind of thing, or it's like a portable thing like this, and you just open it and stick the record in. So the record is just hanging off, and it's playing through this like little center that it holds it in. So it's like they try to do like portable turntables and stuff, but they left the records out there and really really hanging out and getting exposed to all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so he hunts down a lot of that stuff and then tries to find working versions, and if it's not working, tries to repair it, like replaces the little belts and little components that he can source. I forget what that's called. Something something like this. Oh, Matt, you're gonna kill my people in the comments are gonna be freaking out. I had one of those. Or Mr. Microphone, the battery operated microphone that you could talk into your AM/FM stereo. Hey, good looking, we'll be back for you later, or whatever they said in the commercial. Nice. All right. Oh no, I did the I did the cable on on the same layer as the little ear pods. All right. So they don't know what these things are. Nice. An 80s Mercedes-Benz that had a factory cell phone in it. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I love those in-car phones. Nice. Yeah, the big brick with the spiral cord. Nice. Hey, Tyler, how's it going? Oh, thanks, Tyler. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad the emotes are working. Yeah, I think John was really good at picking like a nice progression of things, so you can tell like what gets higher and higher. Like they get more, the color changes and the complexity get more and more, so you can easily tell the age of the membership. That was very good. Yeah, John was really easy to work with. I like how clear. I think I mentioned this before. I like how clear his opinions are. about things. It's like this, don't like this, like this, don't like this. That after working in or with people in Los Angeles for too long, where everything is it's great, it's brilliant, it's wonderful, I hate it. It's like, what? Well, which one is it? All right, so let's see. These might need. I don't want to put too much detail, I guess. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, big, giant headphones. Oh, cool. Dark mode only. All right. I guess my dark mode lovers here. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Especially when I work, when I'm not streaming, I don't have a lot of lights on, so I don't want the screen to be so bright. Yeah, what was it? Oh, I think I just logged into another YouTube account or something that was just on the default, like one that I rarely use. And it looked so strange when it's all, with the white background, looks really strange. Especially watching video and stuff. Oh, cool. Thanks, K5. Yeah, that was a really good idea. That was really brilliant because it was hard to figure out a transition. So somebody on I think the subreddit drew that, and that's a really nice idea to transition between. Because of course, egg cracking. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, well, I think we've got got our weird headphones, our weird contrasting decades of technology headphones. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And what else is a easy idea? Yes, right. Shorts and roller skates. That's right, and not like roller blades, like the big four chunkin wheels, the big acrylic or whatever resin, whatever those are, those big heavy wheels that like used to be on skateboards. Yeah, basically you have like old roller skates were like the two big like chucks from skateboards strapped to the bottom of these like weird boots, weird like high top, 1930s like leather athletic boots. Very bizarre. Yeah, and skating rinks. Yeah, they there's so many things that I don't realize are so far gone. Like they did that big skating rink in the latest season of Stranger Things. They did the skating rink thing, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's 80s, whatever. But I didn't realize, yeah, it's probably so dead that nobody has any idea that something like that existed. Just like people listening to 80s music, skating in a circle. But I guess there's still ice skating rinks. Ice skating rinks are, it's the closest thing to that. So those still exist in a lot of places. But yeah, as far as roller rinks and roller disco, like people dancing on roller skates, if you can call disco dancing. Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, they have a much better idea of what's totally lost. I still think these things exist somewhere, like drive-in movies, right? It's all still there. Yeah. Yeah, there's still a lot of places, especially places that have decent winter, that do ice skating rinks. That's probably much easier to find now than roller skating. Oh, very cool. Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice. Well, yeah, they must have sustained that. Yeah, I think for kids too, like a place to socialize where you're actually distracted by something, and you can actually practice something and get good at it or whatever. Yet I love the best part, and I think they did that in Stranger Things too, where a roller roller rink always had to have like an arcade attached to it. So you like skate off the roller rink over to the arcade machines. So you play Space Invaders, and then wearing roller skates, and then you go back over. Nice. That's very cool. Wow, that's very funny that still exists. Yeah, I remember in Chicago they had a They would have a seasonal rink, and of course, I think the one in Rockefeller Center or whatever in New York is still active. But yeah, I haven't hunted roller skating in a while. It's funny because it just became that weird, rollerblading '90s trend where that was the new thing to annoy people with. If you thought you were annoying on a bicycle, see how much of a arrogant pain in the ass you can be in rollerblades. All right. On your right. You're right. I love walking in a park and hearing, on your right. Yeah, that's the weird thing. I'm never going to get used to that, no matter how long I live in Japan. And it's just an Asia thing. This kind of coalescence of pedestrians, bicycle traffic, and cars with no lanes, no discernible anything. People are just walking in the street, they're bicycling in the street, and they're driving in the street. And it's just they accept that. Like, people are so in love with bicycles here. And they just accept that as, normal interaction. And there's people killed all the time. People crushed under trucks. My sister-in-law, when she was younger, had a coworker. Like, they were at a design place, but it was like typical Japanese style, where everyone had this tiny little desk and a little computer, and they were all like shoulder to shoulder, designing ads for cell phone companies. And the girl next to her just one day didn't show up, and yeah, she was just crushed under a truck when she was bicycling home, because you just ride your bike anywhere on the sidewalk, in the middle of the street, wherever, and bicycles and scooters don't obey any traffic laws, so they just they drive on the center lines, and they're cutting through. So you basically have this like chaos of bicycles, people walking in various states of aging, and then cars, and then trucks, like bigger, larger size commercial trucks and things. So it's just chaos. I'd much rather be hit by a car walking than on a bicycle. I don't want to be airborne off of a bicycle. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't understand why that's so normalized, but they love the bicycles here. And then so the foreigners that come here, then they get all excited about that, because in most Western countries they have more stricter ways that where you can ride a bike and where you can't, and so they just love being a nuisance on a bicycle in the city. Yeah, it's really, okay, you get somewhere a little bit faster, but you're really vulnerable, especially when you're cutting through traffic, and then riding onto a sidewalk, riding off the sidewalk into the street. Yeah, it's really really annoying. Oh no, I don't think the traffic, everything is scaled down so much. The traffic is maybe not, it's not as bad as New York. And people aren't there's not, people aren't constantly honking their horns and yelling at each other and everything. There's some, kind of grumpy old men that have little freakouts occasionally, but not nothing like New York, and nothing like driving in New York. I haven't driven in Tokyo. I've only taken, subway and stuff in Tokyo, so I don't know exactly what that's like. But it doesn't look, just from being a pedestrian there and looking at the traffic and stuff, it doesn't look that insane. It looks like the nuisance of taxis is pretty, but even the taxis in Japan aren't so aggressive, and blocking ambulances and stuff. They don't have that same kind of crazy problem, because it's not all foreigners driving their taxis. It's all just old guys who occasionally freak out. They have their little fits of rage. But no, yeah, driving in, I've only driven in Osaka, and it's nothing compared to New York, or the highways are nothing compared to like LA highways. And everything is so small. Like, you don't have a 12-lane highway or whatever. You literally have 4 lanes maximum in most places. I think that there's like kind of a beltway in Tokyo that's a little bit wider. But that's a big problem, though. Like, leaving the cities on holidays and things, the freeways are very narrow, so they're very easily congested. But it's not. It's just slow, but it's not one of those insane kind of things where there's so many accidents and people breaking down and things causing a lot of mayhem. It's just too many people wanting to go to the same place at the same time, as opposed to kind of infrastructure breakdown, or cars, people operating cars that shouldn't even be on the road, kind of thing. Because they're pretty strict about car inspections and things here too, so you don't get a lot of cars on the roads that are just falling apart the same way you do in the U.S. Oh, roundabouts? I don't think so. They don't even really have clover leaves. I don't have a ton of experience. There are only a couple of routes that I've taken by car, but it's just like on ramps. The only thing that I've seen is just the on ramps and off ramps to various places. Yeah, because I don't think anything is ever. They never built up because of the land restriction and everything. I don't think they could actually. They wouldn't have the space to do like a literal cloverleaf or roundabout, kind of larger scale. There might be roundabouts somewhere, because I think they are more British style in how they build roads than American style. So there may be somewhere, but I've never come across one. And but I guess roundabouts are kind of a space efficient way to do stuff, whereas a lot of the freeway configurations in the U.S. aren't. They just take advantage of having too much space. But yeah, that's a big difference. And doing stuff on surface roads, I don't know, but not on highways. Getting around on highways is really crazy, because the roads here, there's no Roman grids anywhere, so you're navigating very crazy roads that run parallel and turn around and then go the opposite direction. It's like goat paths or whatever that they paved and turned into streets in some places in Japan. It's really nonsense. So being like a delivery, like their address system is really good and exact, but being a delivery person and knowing efficient ways to get places is really got to be difficult. Like the navigation systems must be working overtime in Japan, because there's no easy ways to get places. It's very silly how some of these things are built. And then the names of roads, like they don't have Maple Street or Fifth Avenue or whatever. It's all of these, by the river, near this thing over here, by there, in the one name. So you look at the street sign, and it's like this giant string of kanji, or if it's written out in the Roman characters, this is giant. It's like, oh, give me a break. It's like there's no way you're going to remember that name for navigating. So and the landmarks are usually pretty bad, because the streets aren't, it's not a grid, so it's difficult to see good landmarks for navigating. And then the street names are just nonsense. They don't even try to make it simple to navigate. So all of the roads have these insanely long names based on probably hundreds of years of so naming conventions for streets, it's just garbage in Japan. So it's so difficult to you basically just tell someone the neighborhood that you live in, and then your address, and the address is narrowed down. Like everything built has an address, and it kind of narrows down from prefecture to ward or area to this sub area, and to a block that you're on. So the address system is really efficient and does really well. So if somebody tells you a number in an area, in not a prefecture, a whatever, like a kind of a ward of a city, like a smaller area, it's very easy to narrow that down. But actually driving there is not is not fun. Yeah, so I don't think I know anybody. I think I'm the only person here that has a car of everybody that I know. It's just because we're outside the city, like everybody else lives in this city. But I don't think anybody else has a car. And it's very expensive to keep a car in the city. Here it's not. It's like, $50 a month or whatever. It's really cheap. But in the city, it's like New York prices. Like you can spend, $300-400 a month just to park, depending on where you live. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, I do have the nuclear powered motorcycle that I drive through the Osaka, the ruins of Osaka, Neo Osaka, as we like to call it. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's I think there's probably more Japanese motorcycles in the U.S. now than there are in Japan. Well, it's that same thing that always happens. So Japanese people don't use Japanese knives; they love German knives, and German people don't use German knives. They come over to Japan and buy Japanese knives, so they're really expensive. They have if you have a steel fetish, you have it for someplace else. So most of the motorcycles here are foreign, Harleys and Indian, and what's the other? There's a couple of a couple of, but they have this Western fetish when it comes to motorcycles. So I'm sure there are like some places where it's maybe like more countryside where you can ride really crazy winding roads. Maybe there's more of those bikes, but in the city you see mostly Western motorcycles. Not a lot of Japanese bikes. So it's very funny. Yeah, it's not. That's not true with cars. People, there's mostly Japanese cars here, and then a few people that have their weird fetish. But yeah, most of the motorcycles you see, because it's not a lot. There's not a lot of motorcycle riders, but they're usually the big, big. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of custom bikes and yeah, but this is just in the city, so it's different once you go to like more countryside places, and people still do like bike rallies and driving cross country and stuff here. So I don't know what those bikes are, but yeah, you don't see a lot of the more plasticky looking racing bikes, the Japanese bikes. But I saw many more of those in the U.S. Oh yeah, I don't know. I've never had a bicycle. You need it on a car. You have to have your bicycle registered. You have to have like a license for your bicycle. Um, and I think it's just because bicycle parking is such a nuisance here. People leave their bikes everywhere, and so you'll see these trucks like early morning that will just come and collect all the bicycles left, and then they just ship them to like Southeast Asia. Like if your bike gets claimed by the township or whatever, the city, and you don't pick it up within a certain time and pay a fine, then they just ship it to the rest of Asia, and so you can probably see your bike being ridden by a guy collecting cans in Malaysia or whatever on video very quickly. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the flex. Yeah, Tyler, I think you're right. Yeah, and that's the thing with driving German cars. Like everybody, like the Yakuza drive big Mercedes, but everybody that drives like Audis or BMWs or Mercedes, they have paid like I don't know, 30-40% over like a sticker price as kind of this weird luxury tax. So if you're driving a luxury German car here, you're paying insane premiums for it. So it is a much bigger flex here to drive those cars. Um, and but they do also import a lot of the smaller models as well. But you're still, yeah, just because of the brand, you're paying insane premiums on it. So a lot of stuff like that, a lot of brand goods like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and stuff, is almost double the price that it is in the rest of the world. Is kind of an idiot tax, kind of yeah, flex tax, maybe you can call it. Yeah, just to show off your wealth. They want to make sure, yeah, you did. We know you paid a lot because we doubled the price with tariffs and everything to make it possible for you to have this. All right. So how about a group of confused? All right. Confused boxes. Oh, thanks, Tyler. Yeah, I'm just messing around, just trying to come up with some fun ideas. Yeah, it takes me a while to get warmed up, but for some reason the tablet is a little bit more agreeable today because you kind of the software and everything is a little fuzzy, so you have to get the feel of it. You know how a pencil on paper is going to feel, and depending on like the weight of the lead and everything, or the graphite, you know that feeling, and you kind of have that. That's like muscle memory. But for some reason with digital, every time I pick up this stylus, I have to kind of like reacquaint myself with, okay, how is it going to respond this time? Because there's always, with computers, there's always something like messing up the pressure sensitivity and the kind of interface between, which is, yeah, it's really weird. So just that's an oddity of digital art, and there may be some tricks to it that like digital painters and people have figured out, but I've not figured it out. I just have to sit and doodle for a while before I'm like, okay, now I know how to get a decent, line weight and everything. It's very, very odd. Okay, so my idea is none of these things are going to be kind of the same. So one of them will be film, and one of them will be lip balm, and it's just going to be a bunch of random nonsense. So what looks like film the most? Maybe this guy. And yeah, just a weird meeting of various what's that even called? There's a name for that kind of display, that retail display. Maybe a nicer blue than that. A little bit lighter. There we go. And how about a red? There we go. There's some very primary colors. Oh yeah. That's right. Pegs. Yeah, those are boxes on pegs. That's right. Hanging. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. On retail, there's always peg boxes. Nice. Thank you, Matt. Nice. Okay, yeah, then I'll just do some little details. So I'm trying to think of, I think film had, I'm just thinking like Kodak film or whatever. It had just like bars of darker colors. Yeah, that should work. Maybe something orange on the green will be a good contrast. And yellow. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Oh wait, maybe off the side. New and improved. And what's for the... So I've already done like an orange, or maybe like a bright green. Yeah, let's do actual bright green. See how that looks. Oh yeah. So none of these are the same, the same sort of thing, but they just don't know it. So here's the, oops. Oh, maybe here. Yeah. The name of whatever that is. Nice. Oh, could you do a CMYK? Oh, do the CMYK circles for an ink cartridge? Oh, you mean like the like everything, the four colors overlapping? Yeah, I don't. I'm doing RGB, so I can't get the exact like cyan, magenta kind of stuff, if that's what you mean. Oh yeah, Tyler, mostly the packaging stuff is just like stuff that seems familiar. Yeah, I'm trying to just recreate stuff from memory or how stuff just to get across. It's kind of just an abstract or kind of a simplified version of how stuff looks. So the it's just maybe throwing away a lot of cardboard packaging, but packaging is always I've done like on and off a little bit of packaging design like throughout, just for work, because that was like the only paid work. No one was going to pay me to draw cartoons, especially starting out. So I did like packaging design and stuff. So I have a little bit of experience doing packaging layouts and stuff. And then maybe too much internet advertising as well, like banner ads and stuff. And so a lot of the times you're imitating that look, like, internet ads imitate like, a lot of packaging design cues. So maybe it's from there. You had a long stint at shoes.com back in the day. That was probably, it was like a placement. I forget the kind of system, but it was they were looking for just, contractors, like temporary contract work, and I got an offer to do when shoes.com launched a bunch of ad campaigns and stuff for that, and that was fun. That was really they were really good, and they're good with creatives and really good at feedback and stuff. So that was fun work, and probably the most advertising internet based, but most advertising stuff that I had done. All right, let's put some shading on this and make them look a little more three-dimensional here. Yeah, that's the bad thing though with digital work. I don't think I have any of that stuff. Like I think I had a portfolio for a while that had a little bit of that, but you do so much work, and because also it's outdated, like Flash ads and stuff that I did, you can't even, I have to convert those to, HTML5 or whatever if they're going to even be viewable, and it's just really weird. So working in digital now obsolete formats and stuff is very strange. And what passed for a good ad or an effective ad back in the day is just garbage now. Like people don't recognize any of that, and you would do so much. There was such a need for it. Oh, let's do like cutting across, so that's kind of blocking, giving our light source a little more. All right, I think that works. But yeah, that's funny. So yeah, I got really sloppy with keeping track and like updating my portfolio and keeping track of stuff. And you lose a lot of those files very easily. Hard drive failures and stuff if you don't have everything you've ever worked on backed up. And a lot of times it's like, what's the point of this? This isn't going to get me other work or anything. So yeah, it's very odd. Digital design and stuff is very, very odd. And so I don't know, it's just frustrating. I've never liked it, but that's all there is now. So it's not like I'm going to unless you're very famous at doing that, no one's going to wait for you to paint a movie poster or anything anymore. And now we can AI generate everything. Just put an artist's name, a movie poster for this in the style of this. Yeah, I never realized that's what they were doing. There was, early on, first it was, artists that were doing it. Like here's an illustrator's reinterpretation of like, the classic Star Wars posters or Game of Thrones or something, just like pop culture stuff. But then they started posting stuff that was AI generated, very early days AI generated, and it was just odd and stupid looking, but funny that the weird choices that the software made. But now that's just such a weird accessible thing now. All right, something like that. So it's not even funny anymore. And YouTube is getting really clogged with that stuff too. People making slideshows of images, like they'll do some prompt for what if I don't know, they take something and skew it with some kind of weird death metal. What if Star Wars was a death metal space opera, and they generate a bunch of images and then they make a slideshow of it. It's like I don't know. It must be kids that are that easily impressed with that stuff. But that's starting to clog up my or something as anime. Like I just saw there was in my Abusecartoons channel, there was a what if the Alien movie was done as anime, and so some AI generated images of Ellen Ripley with and some anime girl. Like okay, let's not put his face there. He's looking away. Oh, let me put some red or something on this yellow package too. There's something filmy that it's not doing. Or maybe, yeah, just like another line. But that stuff is like interesting for like 2 seconds. Like I don't know why people are wasting their time generating that. Although there are some, it's getting really creepy now. There was something that was recommended that was it's video generated by AI, and so I guess it's like its data set is just YouTube or just free access video sources, and it was like Trump and Biden eating spaghetti or something, and so it was just like mashing up scenes of people eating pasta, different kinds of pasta, and Biden and Trump, because there's a ton of video and photos of all of that, and then maybe I don't know if it was sound alikes or if they were doing like an impressionist, or if they were doing AI voices, but just talking about pasta. But it was really surreal because everything was all distorted and their faces, so very like bad LSD trip. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh no, yeah, dude, that sucks. Yeah, no, that's very true. Um, yeah, physical stuff. I mean, yeah, if you're not careful with preserving stuff, yeah, I'm sure I've got they're in sealed portfolios. I've got like old uh, pencil renderings and paintings and stuff that are in portfolios, but they're in storage, and they're not climate controlled. I have no idea. I could find out some little bugs got in and ate all of my old university or art school work and stuff. Yeah, you never know. Nothing is safe. But it's fun. It's funny to me that even the damage that happens slowly over time to paper and different physical art materials um, is more acceptable than the sudden, just like it's gone. The sudden like 1 and 0, the binary of does this digital content exist or not? No, it doesn't. It's gone. Yeah. So it's very very frustrating. No, but yeah, I agree. Dude, that is a thing. All right, let's do some wacky headphone. Yeah, what color the radio headphones have to be something really stupid. Color-wise, they need to be very garish. Let's do kind of oh no, maybe like an orange to really date them. Kind of a weird. Is that no? Maybe not like no orange and then like a charcoal would be good. Yeah, let's do that for these. Almost like those weird educational headphones. Like you need to like listen to a cassette deck and you have to put on these giant headphones. Uh, and of course that was second grade. I think I got sent home from school in second grade because the kid I was with, who was a real troublemaker, who I loved dearly. We figured out. or we knew from our experience with tape recorders at home, that if you just took a wad of paper and jammed it into the you had one of those cassette tapes that was like a professionally produced educational tape, so it has no tabs in it. The tabs are broken off, so you can't record. The record button won't go down. But if you jam paper in there, you can record on these probably very expensive to the school district like educational tapes. Like I forget what it was. Like they were maybe like reading stories and you had to answer questions or something. And so we jammed paper in the tapes and we're sitting there pretending to listen to the things, and then like it just randomly throughout the story we're just like dropping F-bombs and stuff onto the tape, just recording in places, because they gave us a tape deck with a record on it. If they just would have given us tape decks that couldn't record, then we wouldn't have even thought of it. But that's what happens when you get bored as a little kid. So we got in so much trouble for that. Yeah, because at the time it just like that was so hysterical to do and think about somebody listening to that, because I think that's what happened. We got caught because somebody said that there's swearing on my in my story. But yeah, I couldn't I can't even imagine like how much money we cost the school district. So I'm sure they had to buy like a whole new set of those ridiculous tapes. Evil children. Let's do some kind of golden tip thing. Although I don't think that's very accurate. Yeah, I had a rough second grade. Yeah, I fell in with a rough second grade. Yeah, I fell in with a rough crowd, and we did all kinds of nonsense. That's so funny. And then from then on, I always loved the troublemakers in class. Those are always my guys. He was one of the he waited when you're just getting to know your class or whatever. You waited to see who was gonna try to make the teacher insane, and then that was always my favorite person. All right. So yeah, what's a really cheesy? Oh yeah, I want to fix this too. Like a nostalgic kind of. Oops. Color for the. There we go. For these, some kind of weird blue, or maybe like a weird powder blue. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for some reason I was really acting up in. I had a bad second grade. That was funny, but yeah, after that I was just pretty boring. Once I discovered Dungeons and Dragons, I became a lot more boring. I was occupied with other things. But yeah, that was still so funny. Yeah, my mother was at her wit's end with that. Oh man. Yeah, today was a little bit busy. My daughter has a test week, so she has to go a little bit extra early to school, but then she's done almost immediately. But it's the last day, so she's going out with friends. Fortunately, they're going to go hang out like Japanese schoolgirls do after school. Let's do some really weird colors. It's funny, some schools here, they're really like obsessed with their reputation, so they tell the students that there's certain places that they can't go wearing the uniform of the school, so they don't want to see you like in trashy parts of town, or places that are known for like schoolgirls doing like paid dating and stuff, like certain just certain areas of the city or certain kinds of shops. So you'll get in trouble with your school if you're seen wearing that uniform in certain places. So they're so worried about the school's image. That's very funny. Let's do maybe just like a. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna. So okay, wait. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I'll just do something kind of more decorative instead of actual text. All right. Oh, and a some bright plastic telling you what station you're on. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, maybe make this look more like a rivet or something, a screw holding that together. All right. Yes, dude, that's where the cursing comes from. It was the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, that used to be, I guess, because it was more, I don't know. I don't know if, well, yeah, I don't know what the difference is, but yeah, that used to be the funniest, funniest thing is just getting somebody to swear or hearing somebody swear when you're a kid. Like, whoa. That was always the, so maybe just like to impress myself. I can do it now and I won't get in trouble. Or I guess I can on YouTube. I can be demonetized. Oh, it's still forbidden. It's YouTube has made it once again the forbidden fruit of profanity. Yeah, it's actually so surreal how so advertisers, for these companies that are just scumbag companies that just wreck the world and break up families and bankrupt people that don't know how to control their spending. They and do a lot of crappy things, but they have this I guess it's just like the school uniform thing. They have these images, this image to uphold, and they wouldn't want to have their advertising on a YouTube channel where somebody said a bad word. It's so weird that they have these weird standards, and they pretend to have these this respectability. And I guess it's just that's what's happening with everything, is they're using that. It's just another brand distinction thing. A lot of this, a lot of the stuff that they're doing now is just another way to be distinct from other companies and say we're the good ones. Yeah, don't drink that terrible sugar water. That's the evil company of terrible sugar water. We make the nice, inclusive sugar water. Or I guess it's not even, it's not even sugar water. The high fructose corn syrup water. We make the good one. Those other guys, they don't care about you. Whoa, let's do that by hand. But yeah, it's just that same weird thing again and again. Our advertisers wouldn't want to be associated. It's so funny. But they can be associated with, regime change and negotiating with warlords to get certain materials as cheap as possible, and driving factory workers to suicide. But no F-bombs. Oh, I was doing that whole thing unmasked. Wow. All right, maybe this. So I guess that's kind of the definition of hypocrisy, right? That's all that is. Yeah, I forget what that was. It was maybe a movie or something I was watching, but I was thinking about that that feeling when you get caught up in a system, like you're on death row for something you didn't do or whatever, or kind of more maybe political prisoner kind of things. You must just, like, it doesn't make any sense. So you must just have to eventually just surrender to the system and say, yeah, this isn't, I didn't do anything wrong, but the system is just now decided that my number was drawn or whatever, and I'm just screwed. I'm going to be killed by the state because and just have to accept it, because it doesn't make any sense. Like you can't rationally understand why a government or whatever would be capable of, you know, telling you shouldn't live anymore. It's just insane. But that kind of like how you must have to just surrender to the insanity of it. I guess that's what Kafka is always writing about. But how the madness of like this makes no sense, and why have we turned our lives and our fate over to any of this? Very disturbing. Yeah, but getting caught up in the legal system must feel like that too. It just, your life gets destroyed and you're just like, well, I have no idea. This doesn't make any sense. I can't understand why any of this has happened. You just accept this weird fate of being victimized by, who knows, computer errors. Who knows what ends up screwing people up. Or just a lot of bureaucracy and greed. Alright, should I make these look shinier? Sure. That makes them look kind of new. Oh yeah, and these look as plastic. These just look like ear protectors. They don't look like cool, awesome 70s headphones like I thought they would. Yeah, I can't remember. There's some documentary or something that I was watching. It's just like, God, that is just insane. Situations where you just, you're just, you're not dying for a cause. You're dying for a. Oh, this needs to go under. Sorry. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's just, there was something that really struck me as, oof, that's a really painful realization and something really difficult to have to accept. And some bright stuff here. Yeah, I forget what that was that made me think that sort of thing, but I'm sure there's been been good fiction written about that weird helplessness. All right, something like that. Wait, do these guys need? Yeah, maybe. They can look a little rubbery. I guess it's the same sort of thing, like if your life gets totally screwed over by the IRS or something, it's just like, God, I'm just caught in this system and it's going to totally, wreck me. All right, well, these are weird fantasy headphones. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Hey, Yum, how's it going? Yeah, totally. It's like those industrial, ear protectors. It doesn't really look like 70s headphones. I tried. They're not even the same size. One is bigger than the other. That happens sometimes. Whoops. Oh, there's a game on. Wait, what's going on? Oh, nice. Oh. Every month can be game month if you play your cards, right? That's true. I think, yeah. It's possible. It's so funny. Uh-oh. Wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, I can't go back through the chat because I don't even remember what I said 3 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, those Spiral or whatever those are. Yeah, those are really fun always to play with. Yeah, that was the thing I do a lot is sit with the giant headphones on my little kid head, messing with the cord on the headphones and looking at the album art. Like that is a lost thing. Like, and sitting in a beanbag chair. So maybe Matt understands what I'm talking about. So you're sitting in a beanbag chair with giant headphones on, looking at the cover, the holding the cardboard, outer cover for an album, and staring at the art and listening to the music as it's and because stereo separation, they started like the 60s and 70s, they started to really mess with like really cool, like stuff was mono for so long, and then So much stuff started to do like weird mixing with stereo, like Moody Blues and stuff did a lot of like weird, kind of spatial stuff. So I remember listening to those albums from my dad's record collection and just enjoying the weirdness, of the experience, and always crazy album art and weird stereo imaging. That is a big chunk of my sad childhood. All right. So let's, I guess I should be looking, huh? There we go. Oh, these guys have to have eyes too, don't they? Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, I got to get them far enough away from the edge that when I zoom out, it still reads. See, that's why I did. The old eyes were just those tiny little dots that you could barely see from the marker, from the tip of the Sharpie, because they would fit anywhere. And now that I've got these thick digital lines, it's harder. There we go. All right. Weird headphones are colored. Now, this was fun. Thank you, Matt, for that inspiration. That made me laugh thinking about those AM FM headphones with the I'm sure I didn't get them right, but it's the basic, the idea that literally they were a transistor radio with a cheap speaker the same shape as a transistor radio on the other side of your head. I think it's probably like padding and stuff on them, but crazy. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, like reading the lyrics, like the first time listening through a CD and reading the lyrics. Yeah, I don't what's better? Because I always was torn by that. Like I did that from as a kid. So is it better to listen to a whole album? They don't really make albums like kind of as a whole anymore. It's not like an experience, like it doesn't have narrative or kind of structure like it used to. It's just a bunch of tracks that they finished and they can release digitally. But is it better to not know the lyrics and just like appreciate the the melody and the instrumentation and everything itself, like the first time through, or should you know exactly what the lyrics are, for the song the first time you hear it? There's a question to ponder in the 4th grade. But I was always both ways, because sometimes lyrics suck and are disappointing, especially the 80s. There's a lot of just vague story, vague imagery and stuff in bad lyrics. So it's like I didn't need to know what he said there. I like the hook. But that's funny. Yeah, without first time, I think Unknown Girl. I think that's a more pure experience of what they were trying to do, because when you're reading the lyrics, then you're thinking too much about the intent and the kind of poetry of the song and not the sound of it. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's true, and it's more fun to discover. That's a fun thing if you don't understand a lyric or don't know what's really being said, but you've had the song kind of in your head for a long time, and then you go back and see, it's like, oh, this is a song about that. Oh, okay. I always, that my image was it's a song about a breakup or something, but no, it's not about that at all. So yeah, that's a you have an interesting, you can have an other relationship with the song when you don't know what they're talking about, and then actually that's a weird kind of limitation. Like once you, oh, okay, that's what it was, and especially when there's websites now and stuff that analyze like what does the song mean, or what do these lyrics mean. That's really bad, because that can take a lot of the magic out of your own interpretations of things. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, if you're independent and you're releasing stuff, yeah, you don't do lyrics, so forever forever you'll say the wrong thing. Yeah, I think that's true. And your relationship, like your personal relationship with a song or whatever, even if you're totally misinterpreting it, it's like, resonating with things or triggering things in your memories or whatever, or in your just emotionally, that you that then become, kind of important kind of treasured things to you, but so you don't really need to know that, oh yeah, actually this is when his the song was when his brother committed suicide. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that just ruined it. I didn't need to know that. Yeah, it's funny. The weird thing, why, I guess it's because people like process emotions and things differently, and music, especially like, pop music or whatever, has a lot of emotionality to it. And if people don't have any other way to deal with things like death or heartbreak or whatever, they'll go to music and like listen to the same song over and over again, or give some huge significance to a song during a certain time in their life. And then you go to YouTube. So a lot of people listen to music on YouTube and post music and things, and the comment sections under songs are brutal. I just like, I don't know why. I don't know what that is, that need for people to just post those crazy, just depressing as hell comments under a song. So you find something, oh, I haven't heard this in a while, and you look up a song title and listen to it, but then don't look underneath the comments, because you'll always see these things like, oh, this reminds me of the girlfriend I had when I was 27, and I was an alcoholic, and I stabbed her, and then I stole all her stuff and drove away, and then I found out later that she killed herself. Like, just these horrible, or people like family members, this song reminds me of my mother who died. Like, oh, no, that's too much. Yeah. And I wonder what it is, the need for people to kind of post that publicly. I guess it's just kind of sharing, or you want commiseration, because you do get people like interacting with those comments. But there's just this weird like grief posting, loss of relationships, loss of family and friends. But that really is it's brutal. But I wonder what that is about people, that they want to share that and get some feedback with it. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, maybe a therapeutic. Yeah, that's true. Or the song makes them think back about it, and then they get all melancholy and what went wrong. Oh yeah. Yes. That's funny. Oh yeah, I love the your own gibberish to a song. Yeah, not knowing, just like, oh yeah, that must be the lyrics. That totally makes sense. That word must be avocado. Yeah. Yeah, that is the best. Kids yeah, and always like, and little kids too, like little kids that barely can talk, like singing songs. That's the best. I think there was like when I'm super dating myself now, but when Queen's Another One Bites the Dust was on the radio all the time, it probably still is in some places, but when that was on the radio all the time, some neighbor kid had some little, like maybe 2-year old, like little tiny, still diapers kind of little brother, and his singing, he like really loved that song, and his singing to that song was insane. He had no idea what they were saying, and that always was hysterical. Nice. Mm. Until you're 30, then you go, oh, wait a minute. And yeah, sometimes the real lyric is kind of disappointing. Yeah, what it really is like, oh, it's that? Okay, well, that makes the song smaller and less less interesting. All right, I think that's some color. So let's switch over to some comments. Oh, let me see if the video finished uploading. So I can post to Patreon while I'm looking at comments. Multitasking. Oh, there it is. Sorry, too many windows open. There we go. What? It's still not done? Oh, it's still processing the video? Oh, I must have done something wrong. That was like an hour ago. It shouldn't take that long, but it's not that big a file. That's weird. Alright, well, I'm not doing that, so I'm going straight to comments. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Wasn't trying to tease everybody there. There we go. Now I bet the song, the little chime won't play next time we go back to that scene. Yes, ignorance is bliss. That's true. Sing your own damn lyrics. Well, that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be what it is. So now with AI, we can probably, like AI processing of songs and stuff, you can make the song say whatever you want. No, I think the lyric is this. So then it will become that. You can just have it generate just like a deep fake, person's face on a video. You can just, yeah, we'll just change that word in the song because that's my version. That's what I want to hear. So AI can always help you. All right. So yeah, this one went out late. I forgot. Yeah, after last week, I forgot to FTP the file, so I was a day late. So it didn't go out, and people completely missed it. Where are we? So we left off. I think we're pretty far through 2011. Oh, 10 pages of notes. That's depressing. Yeah, 2011. So September, yeah. So we left off in September 2011. Oh, okay. Come on. It's not working. What's going on? There we go. Okay, so go back to 2011. There it is. Yeah, a little hiccup with their little menu interface there. It wasn't giving me any dates. There we go. One cool thing I like about AI is bringing old artists back from the dead to release new tracks. Yes, right. Yeah, that's true. You could totally, especially if they have, if you've got access to like raw vocal tracks and stuff. Yeah, you could definitely feed those into an AI to. Oh, that's gonna be brutal because then there'll be no forward movement. People would just say, "I just want to hear the next Michael Jackson song." You know, it's like, well. Our software has determined that if Michael was still alive, this would be the song that he would be releasing. And there'll be estates of people and, greedy family members and stuff that'll go along with that. Yeah. It's going to be weird. I think we just need AI to talk to the Tolkien estate so we can get the sequel trilogy to the Lord of the Rings. Because anybody that cares at all about their grandfather's writing, their father's writing, is dead, and it's all the grandchildren now who just want the money. All right, so September 1st, 2011. Try to get these both in here. So yeah, a Folgers coffee joke. Come on. The website is really not doing great today. Let's reload the whole thing for a second here. What is going on? Well, comments might not go this this week. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, website's really choking. Yeah, my internet seems to be okay. The stream is okay. It's just the website is not around. Oh, that's weird. Let's see. Okay, what's happening here? I don't know. Okay, there we go. There we go. Wow, something wonky. Maybe they're doing some maintenance. It's a weird time. So, all right. Hey, so I've already done all of these. Yeah, the site's really slow. It could be. It always could be Chrome, because Chrome is so terrible. Alright, let's close some of these windows and see if that does anything. Yeah, I don't think. There's not much open. Who knows? I thought this was the new and improved Chrome with Memory Manager or whatever. Okay, so he lived every scoop as if it were his last cup. Alright. Oh, come on. Here we go. September 6th, 2011. Make sure I can see what's going on here. So even with a receipt, she felt there was no going back. What kind of boutique bag is that? Very funny. Thank you, Melvin. 11 years ago. See, so eventually we're going to get like within a year of the actual comment writing. That would be pretty impressive. People would say, hey, that comment I left last year. Not that comment I left in the 90s. I guess it's not that long ago. Comment I left in early 2000. Finally got a response. Yeah, something, the site's a little goofy. Weird. Let's close some stuff here. Keep it going. No idea. Okay, well, sorry, whoever is that second comment. The website does not want you. Okay, I have no idea why this is so bad. I have very little open. Oh, here we go. A salad, a recognizable salad cartoon. So September 8th, just like that, their salad days were over. Yes. Very unresponsive website. This is really weird. I think I've got anything that's hogging resources at all. Damn. Okay, there we go. A brutal delay on every click here. Okay, September 13th, their work went from suction to just plain sucking. Is that bad? Is just plain sucking bad? That's true, Tamron. Is that really? Is it really that bad? Come on, jeez. Yeah, really, really slow. I wonder what's going on. Ooh, a lamp joke. September 15th, 2011. The lampshade seemed to always be working against him. Haha. Making shady deals. I can't even... It takes so long with the rollovers and everything. Okay. Oh, I unliked it. Yeah, great. Jeez. Yeah, sorry, I have no idea why this is going so poorly. Well, we may not make it. Let's just finish September. This is really bad. And let Go Comics figure out what they're doing. Jeez. I hope they're okay. They might be in a little financial trouble because they've closed different departments and stuff. So there may be a... come on. A streamlining of... or what is that called? Downsizing of their departments. Okay, so let's see if we can get through September. Come on, September. 20th. September 20th, 2011. This is the gray box that I did. Oh, a bra joke. Oh, come on. That's pretty good. I didn't even... they offered each other very little support. So the cups of the bra, yeah, didn't support each other. They had other things in mind. A friend is like a good bra. Hard to find, supportive, comfortable, always lifts you up, never lets you down, and leaves you hanging and is always close to your heart. Okay. Oh, that was it. Yeah, just the one comment. Thank you, Soderbergh. Bra jokes. I guess that's probably been thoroughly covered. Okay. Oops. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Everything's all backed up. I've got everything in multiple places for, especially for the cartoon. So September 22nd. The realizations that he was painting a floor, and that it might not even be paint hit him all at once. I guess I should, if I wanted to make that blood, it needed, or say, imply that that's blood, it needed to be a little darker. So what is it? Blood? Yeah, if it was darker, I think that might read a little bit better. That's a really long-winded painting the town red. Eric is so confused. Who paints a floor? What's going on? Why is it red? All right. A confusing cartoon. Okay, September 27th. The number of uses for cotton swabs bordered on horrifying. I wonder what what inspired that. I'm trying to think of must have been something that I heard that you need to do with a cotton swab that sounded very terrible. Just watching the beginning, watch the beginning of Better Off Dead. Oh yeah, the I haven't seen that in a long time. The John what's his face comedy, was that a it was an 80s comedy. What's his face, the Say Anything kid. Cusack, thank you. Some empty friend, you're amazing. Yes, John Cusack comedy. Yeah, I remember that being funny, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I wonder if it holds up. There's a Q-tip scene in that. That's best movie ever. Really? Best movie ever? It must hold up then if it's the best movie ever. The only, I think it was from the trailer or whatever. Is that the movie that has the line, the garbage workers are looking, he like falls into like the back of a like a construction waste, or it's just a trash truck, and then one of the construction workers or garbage workers says, "Look at that, throwing away a perfectly good white boy." Back in the 80s, when all the black peripheral characters had to make funny observations like that, like the guy that comments on Superman's Superman's costume in the original Superman. All right. Let me nice. Yes, some empty friend is invaluable for my aging brain. Yeah, that's great. I once, when I was in Chicago, I think I was voting at the same polling place as Joan Cusack, because Joan Cusack got out of a Jeep Wrangler and went to the same polling place that I went to. And that was in the early 90s. All right. So September 29th. I don't know if this is, it's worth going. These are so slow. Sometimes elevated heart rate was unrelated to romance. An MSG joke. Yeah, I wonder if that comes across. I guess I still have those containers. Maybe I should have drawn or done a little scribble that looked like the red, like a little temple that they put on the side of that default in a Chinese food container. Yeah, this website is insane. Or the browser's completely screwed. Yeah, but I reloaded the page and it still won't stop choking. Yeah, there's almost nothing open. There's no reason. It must be, there must be a maintenance thing or something going on, because it's not a peak time in the U.S. to read cartoons, or maybe it is. All right. Now Yum wants Chinese food. You just want that elevated heart rate, those palpitations when you after you lay down in bed after a Chinese dinner. You're like, oh my god, what's happening? Uh, Feels like love. All right. October. Well, let's see if we can get through October here. So even stickers. Oh, this is really bad writing. Even stickers didn't even. I don't need two evens. Even stickers didn't even understand the fun of stickers. Yeah, that needs to be or edited. That second even is not. I think I probably rewrote it multiple times and did it two different ways, and then just left two evens in there and didn't reread it well enough. Yeah, because I like that joke, but it's not. It's really badly written. Even stickers. Even stickers didn't even. Oh, the dot. Yeah, candy dots. Yeah, this is really slow. Stickers stick around, so they show up long after you thought you'd used them all up. Look at the bottom of a pair of shoes that you haven't worn in a while. Nice. Stickers got stuck. All right. Let's see if we can get to the next day. Wow. A little bit better. October 6th, 2011. The tea bag seemed determined to brew with or without them. Just laying in a puddle of must resist tea bag comment. All right. Continuing to brew. Oh. Unused hooks were powerful reminders of missing keys. Powerful reminders. See, sometimes I get obsessed with a phrase that's so overblown and the wrong scale for, the image that's what makes me laugh. All right. It was difficult to aim lower when you only aspired to be lumber. Aim lower than lumber. The lowliest of of all construction materials. All right. October 18th. Coffee breaks now ignored the concept of inedible. Inedible. 20th. All right. It seems to be a little quicker now. Stereo became an impossibility once they realized they were both left channel. So they were left behind? They're both not right. Oh, Eric. All right. October 25th. In a move that reflected the current financial mood, they began betting against themselves. All right. That must have gone out late. Oh yeah, a little shine on those cards would have been nice. A frog, yeah, it definitely needed a frog. All kids love log, K5. God damn this site. All right, well, I think we're at the end of October. I think we're gonna have to call it for the comments. This is just silly. Haha. Another gray one. There we go. Oh, more hooks. He wondered what undesirable qualities made him the last one on the rack. That could have been hook, couldn't it? I thought it was. First the worst, second the same, last the best of all the game. Soderbergher's got this strange knowledge of Maybe an incredible joke book collection. What is going on? Yeah, it's very weird. The site is super, super slow. What's going on? Yeah, I can't. All right. Well, let's see if we can make it into November here. Come on. Oh wow. Yeah, the site's having a little trouble. So we might have to call it there. So remember. Oh yeah, now it's unreachable. But I'm still online, so it's not my internet. I'm still streaming. Jeez. Come on, Go Comics. So chopped parsley didn't so much garnish a dish as infest it. That's mostly, well, I guess yeah, parsley a lot, but in LA it was always cilantro. It was always what is that, Italian parsley? Yeah, I guess it's parsley. It reminds me of fresh grass cuttings. Yum. All right, but yeah, just that. Before something leaves the kitchen, it just gets sprinkled with parsley or Italian parsley or something to make it look fresh and assist the flavor. Oh, come on. Yeah, very weird and slow. Yeah, so maybe they're doing something with the site. I hope they're doing okay. We'll see. Yeah, because they were growing. This company, especially, was growing a lot. They were expanding into a lot of things. They did, digital manga on phones and everything. So they had a lot of stuff that they were investing in. But maybe things have kind of, markets have constricted and things. Because a lot of it probably, had to do with them getting rights to certain things. Parsley I don't mind, but cilantro's downright contaminates. Yeah, chromosome is right there with me. All right, well, we'll cut it there. I don't think we're going to make it through November in less than 10 minutes. So let's do some writing. All right. Oh, everything's moving. There we go. All right. If it's on your back, it's great for a snack. Oh man, yeah, that's another fallen. I guess he's always been a difficult person, but yeah, John Kricfalusi is a persona non grata in animation and stuff now. He's had too many accusers. He's been Me Too'd a little too much, so that's depressing. I talked to people that worked at Spumco and said he was pretty abusive to the staff. There was a really talented storyboard artist that I knew, and he said he got berated multiple times by John K. And now all the accusations of him being aggressive with intentionally hiring young female artists and then harassing them. But that's all alleged. I don't think there's been any decisions of anything, but yeah, that sucks. All right, so are we going to start here? Oh no. So they call them they're ear pods, right? Yeah, I don't want to maybe name the brand so much. So looking at the future, the yeah, the radio AM FM headphones are wireless. That's true, and they have multiple AA batteries in them somewhere. A real life Ren. Yeah, right. Exactly. That was he was putting himself in that character. Yeah, that was so weird because Nickelodeon had the rights, and so they just moved ahead without him. And the voice of Stimpy did both voices. Then the amazing voice of who's the voice actor? He was on Howard Stern for a while. Yeah, so he took over, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was a little bit different in the characterization, but the sound of the voice was exact. He's like such a good mimic. Billy West, Some Empty Friend. Yes, yes, yeah. Billy West is amazing. Yeah, and yeah, so he's done so much. Like you definitely know his range of voices because it's what's his face in Futurama, the main character in Futurama. Like a lot, he does. Yeah, does a lot of recognizable voices. Yeah, Billy West is so good and quick too. Like he can do stuff. He can also improv in voices. So he did that a lot on the Stern Show. So good for radio. He's really good for radio because he's not just has to read a script. He can actually be funny as a Futurama. Yes, yes. What's the name of the orange spiky haired kid in Futurama? But that's Billy, and that's just not too far from his actual voice. Like Billy West kind of sounds like what's his face. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so the contrast between technologies. Let's see. So should we call them alien pods? Right? They weren't. Seem to be. That's not good. So the evolution of So the evolution of headphones. Fry, thank you. Some Empty Friend is great. I can hear, that was so funny. I was like hearing every character say his name, but I was like, but what name are they saying? Yeah, that's not an easy name to remember. Yeah, that's funny. There was nothing that was going to ever trigger that. All right. They brought Futurama back, didn't they? Wasn't there a revival, like a short-lived revival, like one more season? I can't remember. Streaming has done really strange things, like all that weird money throwing at the streaming platforms. Because there were a lot of like revivals of shows and reunions of shows and stuff that should never have happened. It was just weird timing. Too much money, and all of the cast members were still alive, so they had a reunion. Coming back again. Oh wow. Yeah, if they can, keep some of the original people involved. Yeah, because it had some really good, sci-fi gags and stuff. I mean, that was was good sci-fi comedy because they played off of a lot of those fun, tropes and stuff. And there's some really Hypnotoad and some like really memorable, stupid gags that really set it apart. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I wonder what's going on. I wonder why it can't find I mean, Simpsons, Jesus, it's been around forever. They just can't stop. And that show must cost a fortune with what they are paying just the voice actors. That show must be so expensive to produce now, and they won't stop doing it. I wonder why. I wonder what makes it seem like a problem. I guess maybe they just want to make the longest running animated animated comedy ever. Evolution of headphones. Do I want to make a pod joke or headphones of the past were more substantial? Oh, that's right. That's right. K5. That's right. Without the Simpsons, yeah, we have no idea. That's right. Yeah, I love that the South Park episode. The Simpsons did it. Everything they try to come up with, Simpsons did it. Yeah, it is insane that the writers. I mean, because that must mean that they're so like the writers are digging into so much like possibilities and funny. Just trying to think of something that's funny, and unfortunately whatever timeline we're living in, the funniest thing is usually the thing that becomes reality. So if you just try to make the future funny, then well, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, because they predicted funny things like Trump as president and stuff. Yeah, that's so funny. Really dumb stuff. But yeah, so that is why. That's why we have to keep making Simpsons. Because we have to know where we're going as a culture. uh, that's really crazy. Yeah. Good drinking buddy, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I really hate the recent Simpsons episodes they're really like beautiful. They're really clean and digital and perfect looking. There's no, they're not on cells anymore, so no weird cell jumps and color shifts and stuff. But the thing that's really bad is because now Disney owns The Simpsons. Those weird crossover things that are on Disney Plus. I don't know originally what they were made for. Maybe they were made for streaming. But there's these weird Simpsons Star Wars crossovers or Simpsons like Marvel superhero crossover things that are just horrible. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. And I think one of them, like and they're all, or the ones, a few of the ones that I saw are all like Maggie shorts basically. So maybe they were like theatrical shorts or something before Fox movies. But I think one of them won like some kind of Emmy or something. But it was like Maggie going to like Star Wars daycare or something. It was really, really bad. But I think it got some sort of award, so they just kept cranking them out. There's just all these weird crossovers. Yes, yeah, the cell stuff. Well, and the Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman show, like the original Simpsons shorts that were on that comedy show. That's crazy. Like the character design is so insane. It must have like been taken exactly from Matt Groening's like sketches because it looks insane, and the voices aren't worked out yet or anything. Yeah, early Simpsons, the animation it's that really crappy TV cell animation, the Korean made TV cell animation. But now I think it's all digital, so it's probably software doing a lot of it now. Yeah, 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 definitely. That newer stuff is really, really odd, and especially that brand crossover stuff. I don't know why they're doing that. But the writing's not good enough. Like if you compare like what the Simpsons stuff did with Star Wars parody to what like Family Guy did. Family Guy actually made funny jokes about like Star Wars nostalgia and stuff, and yeah, Simpsons just didn't. But they may have done stuff because I know they did other parodies that they did like Game of Thrones, and there's certain stuff that Simpsons did in the series that um or maybe that was just a couch gag. Yeah, maybe it wasn't an episode. Maybe it was just a couch gag. But I don't know. It's weird. These big companies owning too many properties, I don't think is very healthy for the state of the properties themselves, because they just want to churn stuff out, making content. All right. Or is it just something they may be headphones? So they were wireless, wireless, colorless. So these wireless, colorless, wordless. possibly be earphones? Yeah, the earphones, headphones. These wireless, colorless things couldn't possibly be headphones. How about tiny? Ooh. These tiny, wireless, colorless things couldn't possibly be headphones. Rusty the Clown. Krusty, yeah. Yeah, Disney is messing up lately. I don't know what is going on. It's very strange. They've got, I mean, it seems like you could put that company on autopilot with the properties they own and produce decent, moderately satisfying stuff, but they just can't. They can't get out of their own way. And they hire directors that, could do something good, and then they fight with them and they leave projects. It's really weird. All Yums and Memories are only itchy and scratchy. Nice. Right, yeah. They were like little short deals, those weird Star Wars Simpsons crossovers. Weird. Yeah, I don't know why they even made those. It's very strange. And it missed, like how they were originally presented. They just got thrown on Disney Plus. Oh, did I erase? Yeah, I must have erased that little mark. Oh, well. Tiny, wireless, colorless things couldn't possibly be headphones. Okay, there we go. Screw you, earpods. You've been taken down. I don't know if that's any good. I know the older commenters will just love it. All right. They might not even know what I was trying to draw there in the middle, though. All right. I'll just leave the ice cream joke. I think that's good. Oh, yeah, so maybe once off the pegs. Or hooks? Pegs? Yeah. Peg. Once off the pegs. Once off the pegs. The random. They're all looking over to the stage left. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's stage right. That's their right. Yeah, right. They're looking off screen, the same direction. So what's going on? Or maybe just like maybe a clearance joke or something. Oh yeah. So like exile to the bargain bin. Exile to the bargain bin. Bargain bin. And to make that joke work a little better, let's put some like weird fluorescent sale stickers on them. Yeah, so I have to pull this within reach. So should we, go orange or maybe fluorescent green? Bright yellow? This doesn't seem bright enough. Something that contrasts really well. Or like a pink. Yeah, maybe like a weird hot pink will show up well. Oh yeah, it should be. That's in the shadow, that's why. Okay. I don't know, maybe not pink. Let's see. Let me turn off the other color. Oop. Oh, no. I did it on the wrong layer. Ah, shit. Well, it's going to be pink. Come on. I guess I can, yeah, I can fill it after I do this. Fill it as any color. Trim some of these bad lines off. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Does that read as bargain bin stickers? Yum's got some demands. Oh, man. Nice. Wow, Yum had those 3 wishes locked and loaded. Just waiting for someone that could follow up. So what is this? I can't think of the color of a sales sticker now. Like something it's like a bargain bin. It's always a bright fluorescent color. Does pink work? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just try green. Oh, maybe green. Yeah, green sticks out a little bit better. That pink is weird. Oh, but that is what I chose for this. Bargain bin condoms. Yeah, that's right. One of these is, maybe all of them are condoms. I didn't even realize, that's right, they do peg boxes for condoms. Oh man. Shoot. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the green. And let me just peel some of this away so we have the sticker sticks out a little bit more. Oof, not like that though. And then this. Oh, cannot be seen. Yeah, I think at reduced size it'll look a little bit better. There we go. They all have some weird green sticker on them. Yeah, pink and yellow. Yeah, yeah. That seems better. Yeah, green is green. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think. I'm just trying to think. The green works well. It contrasts the first 3 pretty well, but the red one, it doesn't look so good. Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably a good idea. I should probably do sale. Or do a like a contrasting stripe. Yeah, so it's like multiple colors. So like a super bright. I can't get a really bright yellow for some reason. Oh, maybe that's pretty bright. Let's try this. So like just a band across all of them, so it looks like, yeah. So it looks reduced. Yeah, let's try. Let me see if I can actually write sale so that it's readable. No, it's not going to look good. Let's see. Well, I'll do a text thing and see if that works. Hey. All right. Sale. Oops. Oh, yeah, maybe in this font that would look funny as well. I almost never use this cartoon font, but I think sometimes it might work. I want to rasterize the text. Oh, this is not going to be readable though, from because this is the size where, yeah, it's not worth writing anything legible. Yeah, it's not because at that size, it's not going to be visible. Black helps at all? No. No. Well, I guess it, yeah, black is a little bit better. It shows up a little bit. Whoa. All right, well, this will be for the poster version. The giant poster version can have the, actually be able to read that these are sale. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can't pick those up. It's too small to pick up. Oh, nice. Ironically, dude has neon green socks right now. Excellent. Well, these clearance stickers are a tribute to your socks. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, they make a lot of crazy socks in Japan, like interesting colors and patterns and stuff, but they don't make them very big. Like the maximum size, I think like 10s. Like men's shoe size, the biggest size you can get in Japan is like 10, maybe 10 and a half. That's tiny for a lot of foreigners. All right, yeah, that worked. It looks like something, at least at the smaller size. Okay, so once off the pegs, they awaited exile to the bargain bin. All right, bargain bin condoms, and they are all condom. Yes, that is correct. Yum. They're really old and crumbly. Oh, nice. I don't remember saying I wish. Nice. I want. Your top 3 wants. Send them to your genie now. Okay, yeah, let's go with these guys. Okay. So once off the pegs, they awaited exile to the bargain bin. Sure. And these tiny wireless colorless things couldn't possibly be headphones. I think I've made a lot of anti-Apple jokes. Yeah, that's right, because I had we went, when we were going through the archive, the iPad as the serving tray, or the cutting board. Yeah, this one was a cutting board for cutting tomatoes, because it was already obsolete. It obsoletes itself. All right. These tiny, wireless, colorless things couldn't possibly be headphones. That works, and it's spelled right. And once off the pegs, they awaited exile to the bargain bin. Yeah, that's why they're all looking nervously in the same direction. Very good. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah, something ain't right with this mouse. Okay, and so no. What in tarnation are these things? All right. There we go. And I'll just revert to this. Boom. All right. Well, let me upload these real quick, and then we will try possibly a very terrible snack. It seems like one of those weird Japanese combinations that I don't think they know what they're doing. Okay. Jesus. Yeah, really inaccurate clicking on with this mouse. I think I need a different surface. Okay, there we go. So 23rd and 18th. Uh-oh. Not only is their website slow, their FTP is pretty slow too. That's scary. These gigantic 50K JPEGs are taking some time. Nice. Oracle, yes. Knower of all things. Finder of missing names. Forgotten names. Oh, all right, K5. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you always being around. It's very, very nice to keep in touch. All right. So looks like we're all set. So let's switch over to the convenience store. All right. Now that I've lightened up fixed the lighting thing in the room, things are not keying so bizarrely. Like yellow doesn't key against the green screen, it's only green. So there's some there's some greens on here. So here we go. So Chocoflakes, I don't think it's a cereal, but it's very cereal like. No, it's a cereal company. So Nissin, this little company, makes a lot of breakfast cereals, so they're kind of competing with Kellogg's in Japan. Sorry. Kellogg's and Calbee both make breakfast cereals. Breakfast cereal is not that popular in Japan, and it comes in these weird plastic bags like this, these Ziploc, like they're bigger than this, but it comes just like this. So it's kind of strange. But there's only a few kinds, mostly chocolate. They do like a chocolate, it's a Applejack kind of shape, like those puffy rice O's and flakes, and like Rice Krispies, all in chocolate, and then a lot of more granola type, muesli type cereals, or mueslix, whatever. The bird food type breakfast cereals. So this is a snack, but it basically is just like chocolate cornflakes, chocolate covered cornflakes. But it's a Chocoflakes is a pretty common snack here. But I think it's just repurposed breakfast cereal. It's probably all the flakes that didn't go well for the cereal they cover in chocolate and make a snack out of. And this is a mint version. So I think this bear is always associated with Chocoflakes, and now it's a crazy metal mint version of this bear. And the taste, they're specifically saying that the mint is, I don't know what the best translation of that is, but like overpowering or, some kind of powerful mint. But I'm afraid this is going to go very badly because I think it's just like hard mint candy. So they didn't do like mint, candy like coating or something. It's just like hard mint candies in a bag of chocolate cornflakes. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. So this is Chocomint Chocoflakes by Nissin. And I'm just curious what it looks like. Oh, and on the back, it doesn't really say any other details on the back. Just a little character for a chocolate, like a cocoa bean. All right. Oh, well, so it just looks like chocolate flakes. I don't see any. I was expecting to see like bright green candy. So maybe it is just a flavoring. Okay, well, that's good. So maybe they just incorporate. Oh, good. Yeah, from the outside, the representation, it looks like it's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be, because it says hard mint. So maybe just strong mint. Oh, you can smell it. Yeah, it's definitely chocolate mint. Oh, good. I thought there was just going to be hard candies in here. That was going to be terrible. So these little clusters. So it looks like, yeah, the defective cornflake machine just gets these sent. And they're just chocolate coated, like chocolate covered. And it is just chocolate because it will melt on your fingers. Oh, yeah. No, it's just a mint flavor in the chocolate coating. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, yeah. It's a nice balance. You don't taste the cereal, the cornflake, too strongly. For some reason, recently there's been a lot of trends at the convenience store with chocolate mint, like, you know, because mint chocolate chip ice cream is a standard flavor at Baskin-Robbins here. So Baskin-Robbins is the big chain ice cream store. 31 they call it, because of the number of flavors, and they named it 31 because Bressler's, the competition, had 30 flavors. So Baskin-Robbins had 31. I hate early 20th century business tactics. These are really good, actually. So as a snack, these are kind of boring because they're just chocolate-covered cornflakes. But the mint helps a lot. I'm a fan of mint chocolate chips, so that helps a lot. Oh, good. So the mint is just in the chocolate itself. It's not a separate thing. I was so worried. Wow, pretty good. Yeah, a nice combination. And usually they want like something visually green or something when they're doing mint chocolate chip. So a lot of ice cream bars and chocolate bars and snacks recently have had a mint chocolate flavor. I don't know why. I don't know how popular that is as a flavor here. I think you'll like it, or you love it or hate it. Kind of mint chocolate is not everyone's favorite. But I loved. Those were always kind of that rare, elite candy. I think it was because like my mother would get one, and it didn't come in a package. You can get it in a package, but we only ever got one. And my mother would get one, and she would not eat it. Like she would get it, and it would sit around, and I'd be dying to try it or to, take it, but I knew it was like totally off off limits. But the York peppermint patty, I used to really love those, but I never got like one of those myself. It would always be oh, these are good. Yeah, these are a lot like that, but crunchy too. That's a nice the crunchiness of the cereal that it's coated in. Yeah, it's not a bad combination at all, because a lot of the times like the peppermint candies and stuff, or when they're that gooey filled kind of thing, they're very soft. Wow. Wow, this was not... I was so worried, because look at that package. I thought for sure there's going to be like little hard, weird blue candies in cornflakes. I thought that was going to be a terrible... But I guess it's just a visual depiction, because visually they don't look any different from the non-mint version, so they wanted to put something in there to indicate these are a different flavor. Yeah, that big crystal, ice crystal thing. Looks strange, but these are really good. Wow. Well, that's good. I was worried it was going to be, because, the texture, the combination of like cereal and hard candy would have been really bizarre. Not a cereal and marshmallow kind of combination. So, very good. Yeah, so Nissan, I like their their breakfast cereal flavors. They do some nice like strawberry, like dried strawberries and chocolate and almond cereals. So, yeah, they do decent flavors. So just looking at the crazy bear on the front and the big chunks of chunks of ice, I thought for sure this could go horribly wrong, but it's good. So Chocoflakes Chocomint flavor is actually good. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of a boring, odd snack, and it does like come off on your fingers, so it's not... it seems like a very little kid's snack. Like little kids, you can just feed them breakfast cereal. So they just dipped it in chocolate and made it a little kid snack, but it's actually pretty good. And the chocolate itself is it's not super milk chocolate, so it matches the mint flavor pretty well. Yes. So, yes, a big W this week for Nissan and their Chocomint Chocoflake with this crazy, like, juggalo bear. I don't know what's going on with the bear with the crazy eye makeup. but it's not like very, crazy cool mint flavor, which just seems to be what they're warning about on the package. But yeah, it's not quite like that. So a little misleading, but I'm glad I took a chance on that because it was very decent. Nice. Breakfast, mint chocolate flakes, the breakfast of champions, minty champions. Wow. All right. Well, let's flip back to this deal. So not my giant head on camera. All right. Well, good. So yeah, I'm glad the emotes worked out well for Hyphonics. That looks very cool. I'm happy that that went smoothly. Yeah, it took a little bit for us to get connected, and then we had a quick call on Discord, and he just kind of explained what he wanted, and yeah, we were good to go. So very cool. And someday I will upload a video to to Patreon. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh my God, what a mess. Yeah, so weird. Yeah, that seems to be working now. But okay, so yeah, anything else coming up? So tomorrow I think Chris is back for the weekly, so we'll be doing the usual lunchtime in Japan, kind of evening, like 8 o'clock West Coast time. What was that, 11 or 12 East Coast? The weekly tabletop deal. Chris finally finished the move. The family's moved to a new condo, and they did do a bunch of painting before. So that's very American style, because usually in Japan, wallpaper is still very popular here. And it's especially nice if you have kids, because you can get wallpaper that has a surface that's pretty resistant to, chocolatey fingerprints and all that good stuff. But yeah, but they painted the place before they went in, so that's a lot of extra work to get done. So before the movers come, you got to make sure every room is a color that you wanted. That's right. That's why it's a Juggalo Bear. Fortified with vitamins and minerals to be strong like Violent J. Nice. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so that should be back to regular schedule. And thanks, I think maybe Matt, I might have missed it. Matt had to probably head off. It's very late. It's like 1 a.m. or something. Yeah, so I might have missed Matt's exit. But yeah, Matt was my co-host on the weekly the last couple of weeks while Chris was busy and not at work, because it was a holiday week and they had Chris's family plans. And then they came back and moved. Jeez. I thought my schedule was hectic. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. Nice. Yeah, wallpaper is tricky. Yeah, I remember my original mother-in-law did some wallpapering pretty well. The difficulty is steaming off the old wallpaper. So you have those old like steaming things, like those little nozzles, and you got to kind of melt the glue on the old wallpaper to pull it down, because you can keep going over. You can put like multiple layers, and old houses sometimes have multiple layers of wallpaper, but once it gets too thick, you got to steam off the old stuff. So that's pretty brutal. Yeah, and that's right, they have a lot of antique patterns and things. Yeah, it's so funny, I keep recognizing it in movies, and geez, what's going on? In old movies and things, like very familiar. So there must have been like mass produced, like very standard, you didn't have that many selections, maybe like in the 70s, of wallpaper design. So as wallpaper became less popular, the designs became more limited. So you see them recurring a lot. So there was some old movie that I was watching that had the exact wallpaper pattern that my grandparents' dining room had. And I stared at that, either waiting to eat or not being able to eat or whatever. I was staring at that wallpaper because it was a very strange kind of busy pattern. And I keep seeing it again and again. So it must have been, yeah, at a certain time, yeah, things became limited, so there's only so much to choose from. And so I've seen, yeah, things recurring again and again. And especially, when set designers have to do in the prop, maybe the props people have to do stuff that looks like a certain time period. They're doing a period piece or whatever. Yeah, they find really funny things, and a lot of them are like these relics from childhood. It's very funny. Crazy. Yeah, always. Because there was a lot of old houses. The one town that I grew up in, they had a lot of old, like, Victorian houses that a lot of people restored, and yeah, wallpaper in certain rooms and stuff. Wallpaper got peeled up and drawn on with crayons and stuff. So yeah, it's a funny thing. But I was really surprised it's so standard here, and I'm wondering if it's just like because of cheap construction or something, or I'm not sure. But it does make it was a good choice for us with having the little kid, in the house. We don't have any walls that got destroyed because everything was very easy to clean off. And it has in Japan they do a lot of like natural textures and things, so it matches, because if it isn't wallpaper, then it's going to be a kind of a sandy textured, like, kind of skim coat. Like, so a lot of the formal tatami rooms and Japanese rooms in the house, the wall itself is often a very textured, like, it's like a plaster, like a sandy plaster that then is painted or colored. Maybe it's originally colored, it's not painted over, but the plaster itself is colored. You've probably seen that if you've seen any like formal Japanese rooms. So it's that or wallpaper, basically. Yeah. And the repeating patterns, and so that's the skill of being good at wallpapering is you cut the paper and line up the pattern perfectly so you don't see the break. You don't see the difference in the sections. You just align everything perfectly. That's crazy. Oh no. That's crazy. Yeah, old houses. There's a ton of old houses in Japan that could use a restoration. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But there's just like they're just in very inconvenient places, and like I was talking about earlier, driving around here is so frustrating. Like, driving from the countryside is very frustrating, and the congestion and the very limited freeway systems is hard to go in and out of the city every day for work. So yeah, you'd have to work remotely, which isn't bad because the internet is decent pretty much everywhere here because it's not that big a country. So that's very cool. But yeah, very good. Yeah, it's very unique. So my initial thought when we were doing the interior of this house was to do a wallpaper that simulated that kind of sandy texture, because it's very beautiful. It's very very medieval Japan looking, and we did a lot of dark wood framing in the rooms, or the molding in the room, so it'd be a nice contrast. But the contractor said, yeah, you don't want to do that because that sandy texture grabs everything, so dust and things, there's not a good way to clean it. It looks really nice, and it's a nice way to simulate that old style of Japanese wall, but it's really impossible to like, anything touches it, and even dust or whatever will leave gray marks and stuff that are really difficult to pull off, because it basically is like a sandpaper. Essentially, the wallpaper is a sandpaper. So I said, yeah, it looks nice, but you gotta be really careful, and if you're gonna have kids, don't do it. Oh yeah. House door. Well, if you want to see, because this isn't doxing me, I don't think this is doxing me because there's no address or anything on it. I think this is still, if this isn't, I'm not sure where these photos went. Okay. I think I've already, yeah. Oh yeah, and then we did all the yeah, there's a couple of photos from behind, but yeah, this is just a so if you want to see my Japanese house, Here's when we were building. Here's the old. Here's photos of as the different pieces of construction were finished, and it goes. So it goes. The last post, the most recent post, of course, is the completed. So if you want to go back to the oldest post, you can see the framing and everything, like all the wood, framing of the house and stuff. It's very cool. They did. It's really neat. So if you go back to April, wow, that was 2007. Oh, that's insane. But the interior, I want to, like, someday, if we want to like make any changes, I want to tear out all of the ceilings so that we have all the rafters and everything exposed, because there's such beautiful wood. This house is really made of beautiful wood that you don't see. It's all covered by drywall ceilings. So yeah, if you want to take a look, yeah, this doesn't dox me. It's just a bunch of random construction pictures and stuff. Not that there's anything recognizable, no addresses or anything. And beautiful spring. All right. Cool. Yeah, so I don't know if I shared that before, but that's so funny. So that is now a 16-year-old. Oh my God, yeah, the house is 16 years old. No wonder it's falling apart. 16-year-old photo blog. It's funny. Well, that's so funny that Blogspot is still a thing. Or, yeah, Blogger. That's right, it's blogger.com now. Blogspot. It's okay, you don't, yeah. Most of it, I tried to fill in with English, but yeah, most of it might be in Japanese. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. If my wife posted it, it's Japanese. But it'll give you some idea of the kind of, tiny construction stuff. Oh, yeah, and then we went to a mushroom only, not only, but mostly mushroom restaurant. So there's photos of a lunch break in there with a crazy mushroom restaurant. But all the old Japanese wood and stuff. And so some of the kind of ornamental wood, like pillars and stuff that they put in Japanese rooms, and even on exteriors of houses, they use like high powered like water pressure to strip the bark off of the trees themselves. So it has this very smooth, crazy pattern. You'll see in some of those pictures. The wood pattern is so, because it's not sanded, it's actually like blasted. They like blast the bark off of it with water pressure, so it's this really smooth, beautiful texture and shape of the wood. And all the cherry trees that you see in these photos are all gone now. They were all chainsawed down by the city. It's fucking depressing. Oh yeah, very Japanese. Yeah, very Japanese style. Yeah, the contractor. I think because so it was the last house that the designer was the last house he was ever going to do. He was retiring, and he was so happy that we were doing a traditional Japanese house, because he says he hasn't, like in the last like 10 years, he hasn't done a single house. A single Japanese style house, because Japanese people want Western style houses. So they want like a Italian villa style, or a Swiss Alps looking chalet style. Like he said, there's really strange choices for the for house design here. So he was so happy to do one last kind of Japanese style house. Oh yeah, the trees were like 100, maybe like 150 years old, maybe at least 130 years old. The trees were ancient, and they basically, the stairs themselves were very uneven, and they were worried about from heavy rains and things, like kind of landslide, creating landslide problems, and water not channeling properly. So they needed to relay the stairs, like do new stairs in that area that were just even concrete, because a lot of them were, or even stone, because a lot of them were very old, uneven stone, and plants were growing through them and stuff. And there was no handrail or anything, so it was a little dangerous. And a lot of tourists and people walked up to the temple at the top of the mountain, but they couldn't fix the water, channeling problem, the water problem without taking out the trees, because they couldn't work around the tree roots and stuff. So they just cut down all of these cherry trees. Yeah, most of them were in great shape. And they did that traditional thing where they alternate between a cherry tree and a maple tree, the tiny, red Japanese maple. So that means 2 seasons out of the year, fall and spring, we had this beautiful color all along those stairs going up the mountain. But they just decided that the stairs were too sorry about the pictures of toilets. There's a lot of pictures of Japanese toilets on the blog. That they were too dangerous, and a lot of the population around here was elderly, so a lot of older people. And it was just a weird, the local government here sucks pretty bad, because it's like a bedroom community that's aging out. So there's a lot of empty houses and empty space around here, and they do things very poorly. And you'll also notice in the photos, there's a lot of, in Japanese houses, a lot of modular stuff. So like modular bathrooms, modular kitchens. So it's just this whole like preset thing. You can maybe choose options, but they have like a preset thing. So that's very common. And so any apartments and things are going to be very, very modular. And if you stay at some hotels, like business hotels especially, basically the bath is just like one big piece, one big plastic room with a shower, bathtub, and a sink and a toilet. So they love modular here. Yeah, so you'll see that with the kitchen and everything. Yeah, it was really sad. So they replanted a few trees, but they're nothing like before. And so, to get Japanese people to cut down ancient cherry trees, I think actually most of the workers that did that were not Japanese, because it's very heartbreaking. That's such a symbol, of the country and everything. That, very depressing. But those trees are all gone. So basically they formed a tunnel. There was like a, sakura tunnel all the way down the mountain. So it was nice to walk because it was all shaded. But, sorry, I can put this window up on the, where are we here? I can put this window up here. Sorry. Yeah, I can be showing you this as I'm talking. So this is the blog I'm typing. So I chose the most boring part to be in the middle of. Let's get this out of the way. So this is all the earlier stuff. Yeah, so that's the exterior. So it changed a lot. Where's the maybe that's I think during the construction, that's right. The construction, the framing part, you can see the exterior much better. Yeah, so that was, holy shit. I've been here that long. Well, we weren't like permanently here. When the house was being built, we were still living back and forth between here and Los Angeles. Oh yeah, so here. Yeah, so here is the, this is what it used to look like. So all the way down, these very irregular, strange, very old, cut stone stairs. So they were wearing away, and the earth, below them was getting very uneven. So you can see like no handrail or anything. There's no picture of the new version. But they cut down all of those trees that were over so many decades shaped, trimmed and shaped to make a little tunnel that went all the way down the mountain. They're all gone. It's fucking brutal. But and this is just the framing of the house. And the nice thing too is behind the house it's all bamboo. It's like a little bamboo forest. So really nice, like sound, like windy, stormy nights, the sound of the bamboo leaves in the wind and stuff is cool. But those things, they're pretty aggressive, so they're growing. It just keeps constantly expanding, so you have to keep at them. Oh there's some really nice design choices, and I think the designer was really happy with being able to do simple, Japanese style, because it had been a long time. Everyone wanted to build their California dream house in Japan. So, and this is the wood. This is the other sad thing. So we were getting wood, traditional wood, for some of the Japanese rooms, and it used to be that these sort of logs that were treated like this, and they're slotted so that they'd never split. They kind of slot them so that they don't deform or crack themselves. So they have strength, but never kind of do any weird splitting because it is all natural wood. So all of this wood, like one piece of wood used to be like $10,000. Like one of those things was so expensive. So building traditional Japanese was really expensive, which is probably why a lot of people moved away from it and then just did prefab kind of Western style stuff. But because there's no demand for it anymore, places that sell this kind of wood are selling it very, very cheap. So it went from thousands of dollars to hundreds of dollars. So very, very cheap to do traditional Japanese woodwork. And so so a lot of the edges, like where there would be molding or whatever, there's wood like this kind of traditional. And here's the mushrooms. So just this on this little country road on the way to the wood to shop for the interior wood, we hit this lumber, or the mushroom restaurant was on the way. Yeah, so and this is that kind of texture. It kind of looks like fur or something. The texture of it is very interesting, like flowing water, or it's a very like natural organic shape, and they get that by just kind of pressure washing the bark off of the tree, and you have what's left underneath is this very beautiful organic shape. So that's a lot of interior wood in Japanese houses, or used to be. And that's what this is what cherry trees, they almost have it's not iridescent, but it has like a metallic kind of interesting texture, like the bark of young cherry trees is very interesting. Oh, and this is in the entryway now. It has this crazy little hook. It was a very tricky to because it doesn't the tree itself shifts and has a big knot in it, but it's a very beautiful shape. Yeah, so that was doing it. And since they were finishing a lot of the construction in the spring, there were cherry blossoms everywhere during the construction. So very nice. Wow, I can't believe that was so long ago. Now I'm feeling crazy old. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bamboo works really well, and a lot of what they do, because sometimes you can drill and put like a wood screw through it to connect, but a lot of times they'll take like a hemp rope, and there's a pattern that they tie so that they can connect to post together for fencing. It's very common, kind of countryside, and instead of those split wood rail kind of fences and stuff, there's a lot of bamboo that they use because it's so durable. It lasts forever and it flexes and doesn't break. Yeah, they've got a lot of bamboo behind. If you need any, I'll send you. I can send you some behind the house. Yeah, there's so much. It just never stops growing. But and it's very it's so strange, the shape of it and how structurally strong it is. And then if you split it, you basically have this like hemispheric an empty tube that has ends on it, like that. I don't know what they're called, but those like kind of cells that it grows in, those little empty chambers. It's amazing. So if you cut it, you actually have rings of bamboo wood, and then you can split it and have kind of hemispheric, like kind of half circle rails and things. Yeah, it's amazing. Very strange. It shaped, I think, a lot of the design thinking and construction techniques and stuff, because I think they even still do, like in poorer countries and lesser areas, they still do bamboo scaffolding. So a lot of scaffolding for construction and things will be just made out of bamboo. You've probably seen that in like old Hong Kong movies, like Jackie Chan movies and stuff. But it's so amazingly versatile and just grows insanely. Crazy. Nice. Well, good. Well, yeah, that was fun to share that with you guys. I'm glad I can't believe that's still here. So 17-year-old photo blog. Can't believe stuff just like sits on the internet and doesn't go anywhere. Very funny. Nice. Yeah. And it's very, very pretty. Yeah, and the leaves, those like kind of long pointed leaves make a very beautiful sound in the wind and stuff. Nice stuff. And you basically can cut, if you cut it correctly between the cells, you can make cups. You can just cut one of the segments in the middle or lower, and then you cut the end where it's capped, and you basically have a bamboo cup or a bottle. You can make a container completely instantly out of just how bamboo naturally grows. It's so strange that it's natural form is so insanely useful. Nice. Yes, it's on the internet forever. Oh, yeah, delete your history. It's out there forever. Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, like the Space Jam website. that got taken down and put back up or something, didn't it? But yeah, it's so funny. But we have lost, so much old internet. I mean, there's so many websites that I worked on that are just gone. They're just URLs now floating around, pushing traffic around. There's not any content on them anymore. And MySpace, oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, that's very funny. Nice. Wow, yeah, that's really crazy. How are we doing? Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad I thought of that. And I can't remember. I don't think I shared that before on stream, but that's fun. So go back to the top. Oh yeah. So what I was talking about with the framing. Yeah. So the wood that they use, because there's a lot of insects, like termite type insects that eat wood. They use hinoki, which I think is like a kind of cedar, and it's very aromatic wood, and the bugs don't like it. So the oil that naturally occurs in the wood, the bugs don't like the smell, so they don't eat it. So that means that the construction of the wooden houses, when it's all wood framing, the smell is so like unique and distinct and very strong. Like inside the framing of the house itself, it smells amazing. It's so unique and different because it doesn't smell like cut pine wood. It has this very aromatic smell. So yeah, kind of like red cedar, like people do like cedar closets to put like their sweaters and things in old houses in the US. So I think red cedar is the same thing. Insects don't eat it. Moths are repelled by the smell of cedar. So they used to make cedar lined closets to protect from the moths eating your wool. Nice. Yeah. So it's naturally repellent and has a very unique smell. It's very very Japanese traditional smell. But I think it's yellow cedar, but it's also the reason that the pollen allergies are so bad in Japan. So they grow a lot of hinoki trees, but they have really brutal pollen. So in the springtime, that's one of the worst causes of pollen allergy is the yellow cedar. But it's super popular for construction because of that reason, because things don't like to eat it. Yeah. There's a lot of really funny like old traditional things that are just the standard. It's just the way they do things. And if you question it, like as a foreigner, if you ask Japanese people, why do you do this? Why do you do that? It's like, it's just the Japanese way. That's how we do it. Yeah. So it's so old that people have forgotten the reasons or, the decision making that made that a thing. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Yeah, never ask why. It's a very useless question. So why do you say this like this? Why is this like this? Why do you do this? It's just how we do it. Unquestionable. But I think, every older culture like Europe and everywhere is like that. It's just like they don't question things anymore that have been around for so long. And that's, good and bad, I guess. You can make easy decisions, but you don't necessarily make everybody happy. Oh man. All right. Well, cool. Well, I'm going to enjoy some more Chocomint chocolate flakes. That's a snack I'm actually going to finish. Nice. Yeah, right. Yeah, you could have been living in a spider. Well, no, spiders and centipedes don't mind the cedar smell. It's mostly the damaging insects. So I think like termites and moths and things. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, no, that spiders are here. Spiders don't mind the smell at all. Yeah, that's funny. Too funny. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, because it's a little, kind of forest behind us, there's a lot of dead leaves and things. And so centipedes, yeah, Japan has really big, like, 6 inch long, the adults are kind of 6 inch long centipedes. Ugh, yeah, those are horrible. And they sting, but when they don't sting, there's still some sort of like stuff on their legs, some little chemical on their legs that's very irritating, very kind of itchy and irritating. And so if one of those gets in the house and you don't notice it and it just like crawls over your hand or crawls over your foot, it's just like this weird like itchy feeling. And if you piss it off, then it stings you. So it's fun. It's Asia. Very funny. Well, cool. So I think that'll do it for this week. I don't think there's any hot wife in the mirror alert. Oh no. Yeah, this is only a couple of pictures of us. A mirror selfie and my fat ass sitting on the in the entryway. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, that's I should go back to the chat. There's nothing to be gained but going back and reading the chat. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, some empty friend was right. Back when I was doing the convenience store thing, yeah, Nissan they make a top ramen. Yeah, they make they do a lot of food products. Yeah, that's right. They're one of the ramen makers. Yeah, I forget who does cup noodle. It might be Nissan. Nissan does a lot of stuff. Yeah, but they usually have really good. I like their flavors and stuff a lot. A lot better than the big, like multinational, like global, like the Kellogg's, whatever the name of that parent company is. But a lot of the brands, the Western brands that they have here, they try to make Asian flavors, but it's not. Yeah, it's not very good. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. But all right. So yeah, that'll do it. That will do it for this week. So if this is your first time watching or you're watching from the archives, this is Abuse Cartoons, and abusecartoons.com is the website. You can find me on social media as well as Twitch and YouTube at Abuse Cartoons. Although on YouTube it's really hard to find this channel. That really sucks. I tried to just search it one time by the channel name. I guess it's good they did the @ thing. So at Abuse Cartoons, you can find me on YouTube. But if you just search 2 words Abuse Cartoons, it doesn't come up. Thank you, YouTube. And yeah, so we will. Wow, almost 290 streams. That's crazy. So I will be doing this again next week. So everybody take care. And patreon.com/abusecartoons if you want to support the cartoon. And thank you to John and Unknown Girl for being my loyal patrons. So everybody have a good evening or early morning wherever you happen to be. I'm just before dinner time here. So yeah, so take care everybody, and I will see you next week. Very good. Bye-bye.